to enter employee time. On the field log, when you first look at it, you will see the work start date and you'll see a start and stop time. When the field log is set up, this time will be applied to each employee. If you scroll down to the employee section, you will see the employees for the job. So you'll have your last name, your first name, employee ID. The employee ID may be necessary if on your job you have multiple employees with the same name. You will also have the union code. If your job is a union job, you can override the default with what meets your job requirements. Contact your superintendent or the field office to see if this needs to be changed for your job. Same with the job code. Sometimes you may have to override your job code based on the job. Please contact the field office or your superintendent for details on this. For pay code, if someone is not charging to the job, you can choose that here. So in the event you have something like weather pay or PTO or bereavement, you can choose that in this section. Now you'll need to scroll down so you can grab the scroll bar at the bottom to move over in the window. You can see the employee last name is still visible in the first column. Since we have 2 jobs listed on this field log, you may be able to charge hours to either one. In this column, you have a lunch break. So if you took lunch that day, those hours can be recorded here. You can see there's a calculated via start and stop time, and there's a calculated via the hours worked. You notice in this example, 10.5 was calculated based on start and stop time, but I entered 13.5. So we have 2 options. We can adjust the time here by bringing that down. So now these times match. Or if we scroll over to the right, we can also adjust the start and stop time. So if this individual worked more than 7 to 5:30, we can easily update time. And then when we go back over and look at the calculated versus the worked, they now align there. On this field log, we have the option of adding per diem either to job 2424 or 2434. We'll choose $5 per diem for this job. Work with your field officer or your superintendent on the per diem you should be charging each day. Also, we can add a note for the individual for the day. So in this case, where Anglem worked 2 hours more than the other employees, we could add a note to say, showed up early to move poles. This note will now be attached to this employee in the field log. If we scroll down over to the far edge, we have a week-to-date hours. So if this was later in the week, we could see how many hours this week the employee worked, not only on this field log, but on other jobs as well. If we need to transfer an employee, we can put the transfer job in this section here. It will need to be the full job path. So if he's transferring from 2424 to 2734, you would have to put in the 32100007434. Please work with your superintendent and your field office whenever an employee transfers to make sure you get the data correct. And we have the start and stop times for the day for the employee.